This chapter was brought to you by Metallic Dice Games, your source for premium-looking gaming dice, and not just in metal, in gemstone and plastic as well. Get 10% off dice and dice accessories on metallicdicegames.com with our code TRIALS10. Also, if you've enjoyed the camp energy so far, we want to let you know that we've opened pre-orders for your very own Camp Daybreak t-shirt on our website, trebmerch.com, starting today and running until November 7th at midnight. Make sure you run over and get one, campers. Reader, beware. Are you prepared for guts and gore, the likes of which you've never seen? Does the sight of slaughtered children, gruesome dismemberments, and buckets of blood make your heart race with excitement? Dive into these pages and let your darkest desires come alive. Lock your doors, check under your bed, and get ready for a summer you'll never forget. Chapter 4, Sawmill Thrill.
Oh no!
Elise, Ash, and Zoe. You are in the Pine Cabin, Zoe's stomping grounds. The door is locked. It's just the three of you. Are the lights on?
I'm not turning that light on. I have been in this room since becoming counselor. I know this shit.
Perfect. Zoe, you run over and grab from beside your bed or at the foot of it, or hung up on the wall, even on a nail,
wall, yeah.
a bow and a couple of arrows. You have 3 arrows. I will tell you that. You could stop by the archery station and get more, but you gotta get there first. The other 2 of you, what are you doing in this room? Are just looking out, or are you trying to get a weapon as well?
I'm also gonna look for a weapon. Is there a blunt weapon of some sort?
There's a lamp that you can just rip out of the socket and just hold, and it's pretty weighty.
Sure, I'll take the lamp.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull a table or something like that in front of the door so that
perfect.
if something tries to come in, it'll have trouble.
You can absolutely do that. The other 2 of you grab your weapons. Or makeshift weapons, in your case, Elise. You guys both hear a crash as Elise does pull this thing out of the wall socket and smashes the bulb, pulls off the hood and everything like that, or lampshade, and you're just wielding this. Zoe, you can have your recurve bow, and you all stop for a moment and are just heavy breathing, listening. You hear the sound of trees rustling outside.
What do you guys think it wants? Do you think it just wants to hurt us?
It nearly killed me up there.
Yeah.
It just barely missed.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm just scared.
Yeah.
Confused.
Me too. But we're gonna get out of this. We're gonna make sure Callie's okay. We have our arrows now. We're gonna stop this thing.
I sent Callie off on the other zip line that was free. That's the one that led to the mess hall. I don't know. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she'll be okay. If she knows what's good for her, she'll get her and Kathy and the kids all locked up somewhere. I'm sure she's okay. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be just the 3 of us. We're going to be fine.
Okay.
Callie, you run out of the back door from the mess hall kitchen, wielding a carving knife and your bravery, I guess, against the world. The trees are clattering. You can hear the water now. Big waves whipping around like a massive current going around the island. It is filling the air, the cracking of trees against one another as the wind seems to be intensifying. You look up and clouds are in the sky now, obstructing the light of the moon shining down on you. Where are you going?
I am trying to get to where I think they are, knowing where...
You know they went to the northwest, and generally they were going to go to Zoe's cabin, the Pine Cabin, yes. So, knowing that, how do you want to get there? It would be real easy to cut through the woods, and that would keep you hidden, but you would be at risk of whatever that thing is swooping around. Alternatively, you could take the clear gravel paths, but you are at risk of running into Jessup.
Yes. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to cautiously walk close enough to the gravel, but not in the thick of the woods.
In a ditch, essentially.
Yeah, knowing, based on my history being, hiding from certain students in school, knowing how to sneak around.
You know
and
how
get out
to
of
make your
trouble.
presence hidden. Yeah. Go ahead and
Yes.
roll sneak for me then.
Okay, so that gives me 3 dice. Okay, we got 1 6.
You walk quietly and slowly through the ditch, not on the gravel, not in the woods, for 3 minutes probably, down to the center of camp. You pause and look around. You look at the large zipline tower. There's no one standing on it anymore. There's no one at the base. You see no trace of Jessup the maintenance man, or what is left of Jessup the maintenance man, nor do you hear any creatures going rustle in the trees. You might hear off on the other side of camp like a hoo 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 hoo, like of owls just being themselves, not any wiser to the massacre which is ongoing. And you can continue on towards the pine cabin. You cross the gravel and make your way over to the front door. The 3 of you still hiding inside the pine cabin with the lights off. If any 3 of you are at all watching out in the windows, you definitely will see Callie like creeping up beside the cabin itself.
I probably will. I'm gonna push the chair out that I was using to block the door out of the way, which I imagine kind of makes a scraping noise,
Yes,
which I'm just
it
gonna put out
definitely
there.
does. Yep,
So
it
it has to
definitely
make
makes
noise.
a loud scraping noise. Callie, you hear this and like a chill runs down your spine for a second, and then the door swings open. And do you say anything, Ash?
I just pull her in.
Okay, perfect. You get pulled into the pine cabin.
Oh my gosh, you're okay?
Yeah, the campers are now just hiding.
You came back out? You came, why didn't you hide with them?
Because like I had to. I can't just leave you guys hanging around.
Oh, you're
Okay.
crazy. You're crazy. I'm just glad you're okay. You got here no problem.
You didn't say anything? You didn't hear anything? Like,
I don't think that it's like close to us right now. I was watching around. What are so you guys already got the things that you needed to get from here?
yeah, like the entire time that we're talking, like Zoe, like she only has the 3 hours. She does have like it's a small quiver to hold her own personal stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously she'll want to grab more stuff, but like, and she's already like posed to like pull up and like shoot.
Absolutely.
But she's like just
Ready.
kind of watching everything.
Yeah, and you also see Elise with her lamp held in 2 hands.
Okay. So so what are we doing right now?
Well, we can keep running. And just it's gonna come and it's gonna find us, and we can just fucking bolt, or we can try to get the thing's axe, because I don't think it's gonna stop. So maybe we can get its weapon, and then I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that thing that was coming from the trees, we can take it, or at least it won't threaten us if it knows that we're armed. I don't know.
Did you speak to Kathy when you were down there?
Yeah, is she okay?
Yes. She is trying her best to keep the kids safe. She also said that if there's like any best place within the island that can give us more information about the thing that I was telling you about like the 2 other massacres, like in 58 and 78, it would probably be in the mining office. But you are right. Like we need to get the weapon out of even like hurting anyone in the first place.
I mean, he moves pretty slow, so I can probably, hopefully, get his hands, make him drop it at least, and then that'll at least give us the upper hand, give more of us weapons, that sort of stuff.
So how do we actually find him?
Oh, I'm sure he'll find us.
Yeah, he's done pretty well with that so far.
Considering like Callie's brain being all video game inclined, are there any like patterns that is noticeable about where this thing goes based on?
You could
like,
make a
like
comprehend
noise?
roll.
Is it
You can make a comprehend roll.
okay? Like just because this is like a thinking time right now, I
Absolutely.
feel like I could try and think. So that will give me 4. Oh no, wait. Comprehend 3, actually.
You also will take any negative ones for any conditions you have.
Yes, I have 4 and -1 because I'm upset.
Perfect.
While we're here, I want to take some of my extra, like maybe like an extra shirt, like wrap my foot
Yeah, absolutely.
to tie it up.
No
to,
worries.
Like, try and keep that. I don't know.
Even Ash might have 1 or 2 bandages left over from trying to hand them off to Nyla in the nursing cabin. So you could also like wrap one of those around, stop the bleeding a little bit. What did you get, Callie?
No successes.
No successes. You rack your brains. Are there any patterns? Is there anything to think about? And then you hear like tapping, clicking sounds coming from the windows, the ones that are like facing out towards the woods to the north. And then the windows just shatter as like a giant tree limb is thrown through them onto the ground. Callie, you already have scared, right? So please take upset for me.
Oh no, I am
You already have upset?
because of
okay,
the death.
take scared for me then.
Okay.
And you guys all see this giant tree branch crash in through onto the ground. The wind is howling outside now. Do you guys want to do anything? You have your back to a door that has a chair in front of it.
Like, okay, so that window has been broken.
Yes.
If I look out the front, the front door.
Like onto the gravel path,
is
there's
there-
no one out there.
I reach over, I grab the chair, pull it out from
And
under.
just push it out of the way.
Just to get
Yeah,
out of the
absolutely.
way. I get that door open and I say, we got to get moving. And I am going to make my way towards. That place is boarded up, so that might not be.
So
best.
you run out of the house first, Zoe. You run out of the cabin first.
Yeah,
Okay, you run out of the cabin first. I need you to make a move roll for me.
sure.
And you take a -1 because you're injured.
Yep. That is 2.
Oh, just what you needed to succeed. You rush out, you pull this door open and you rush out, and you hear a creak come from a nearby tree, and you just instinctively duck to the ground, and the rest of you see this dark black blur of a creature just narrowly miss. It looks almost like if Zoe was 2 inches taller, like it would have taken her head off. And this thing swoops and expands its large membraney wings, and it takes 2 large flaps and flies off towards the zipline tower and perches there. You see this large creature. It looks almost like a human-sized bat, just looming there, watching you all. Zoe, you're running. Where are you running, and where are you leading these people to? Because you guys succeeded, so where are you going right now?
I am going towards the number 4, the old sawmill / workshop.
The old sawmill.
Here we
Perfect.
go.
The rest of you follow behind Zoe. Crunch, 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 crunch. As fast as you all can run, looking over your shoulder, scared. Callie trying not, like, holding your knife and really focusing. Like, I do not, like, just, I'm so scared. Ash, where are you in this group? You do not have a weapon or anything.
Yeah, I'm running along with them, but I
Okay.
don't have anything to hold.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm just following.
Perfect. Okay, so all of you arrive after a minute of running your hearts out at a big sawmill. It's open on the top, the actual mill itself, and then there's a log cabin right next to it that is the modern workshop where their campers take all kinds of classes. You do not see any scary figures here or looming people. What do you want to do right now? Who is going where?
Let's investigate the cottage, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elise runs up to the cottage door. You try it. It opens, thankfully, and you can open this heavy wooden door. Everyone wants to go in here?
I also want to go in there just because we want to open up the boarded up.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Sure.
place.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll
All of you
follow.
run into this wood shop, this old log cabin. There's big wooden tables, workbenches, vices, woodworking tools galore. You see a ton of saws. Notably, as you all pile into this room, you've been in here a couple times throughout the week. There was an old saw that was hung up on the wall, like just a hand saw, probably like a 2-foot long hand saw with a beautiful wooden handle that was hung up, like an old token or a decoration of the old woodworking college or lumberjacks college. That is distinctly missing from the wall. You can see like where the dust and like light discolored the wood behind it. Other than that, this room is fully adorned with all like the tools and stuff you would regularly have. What are you
there
looking?
hammers?
There is hammers, yes.
I'll grab a hammer in place of my lamp.
Okay, you drop the lamp into the ground. You grab a hammer. It's just a regular or a claw hammer. As for you, Ash, what do you want to be doing?
I probably want to grab also some kind of tool. You said there was a stop in the wall. Are there anything else in the vein of like a hacksaw or anything like that?
There's absolutely hacksaws. There's skill saws. There's hatchets, even large wood cutting axes, like a double-sided axe if you wanted. Any kind of wood-related tool. There's planers. There's just like little shavers. Anything that you think would be easy for you to manage. What do you want?
Perfect. I'm gonna grab a hatchet.
Perfect. You grab a hatchet. It's a bit rusty and sharp. What are you doing, Zoe? I assume you're watching at the door for anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like kind of like set up, like aiming, like focus,
Of
like trying to
course.
focus on breathing, just like ready.
Sure. Callie, what are you doing?
So you said that is there like the so within
There's
this cottage
there's cabinets at the far side that you might assume have records or something in them, Callie. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can roll investigate for me.
Okay. So that gives me a 3, including the deductions. Okay, that's 2.
Oh, okay.
2 6s.
Perfect.
I'm specifically looking for like any records, diaries.
So what is hidden here and where is it? Or what you get to ask 2 questions from the list.
I think the question would be what has happened here.
Okay.
Like,
You want the records of what happened here before.
yes.
Yep.
And
You get a second question, and you can take a third if you want to buy that. But if that's the only question you have, that we can just answer that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can take a +1 to this nonetheless. If you use this information, Callie, you all see, runs over to these cabinets and begins like rooting through them to the best of her ability. There's like a small filing cabinet in the corner of this room that as you go through like just the woodworking cabinets, there's sandpaper and all kinds of shit, linseed oil, whatever. This is not what you want. You run over to the filing cabinet, open it. There is files dating back to 78. There's a bunch of empty files, but 78 seems to be the only one that is signed and like has any files in it. You can pull that out and throw it onto the workbench and splay all the pages out. The other two, like you, Elise, and you, Ash, can come over and like maybe look over and help, while you, Zoe, just keep watch for anything that's going bump in the night.
I think I'm also up with Zoe at the front.
Okay, perfect then. You have your hatchet wielded.
I'll oversee with Callie.
The two of you can look through these files. What you can piece together from these, it's a lot of police records. There's a lot of just paperwork for each person that died, and then a little write-up of events.
Great.
You can read that in 78, the Daybreak College of Lumberjacks saw tragedy when one of its esteemed instructors, Miss Prescott, sawed 9 students in half in their sleep and then ran 9 more through the sawmill. She was found come morning with a bullet through her skull.
Holy shit. Callie, is there anything in there about like how this Prescott character like looked? Like, were they like really themselves or anything like that? Is there anything else in here?
Attached to the like death files, like the written up file of the person who died, there's a picture associated with each of them and like a little write up of like, this is who they were at this Lumberjacks college. You rustle through them, a bunch of very familiar, or like names that are familiar to you living in the town of Hornlow. Like these people still have families in town very clearly. And you run to the Miss Prescott. You look at the picture. She just seems to be a regular middle-aged woman. She looks a bit gruff. She's wearing a flannel and some overalls in the photo that's like folded up there and like paper clipped, but she doesn't look like a killer of any sort. There's nothing identifying about her, no.
So that's like one of the questions that I asked, right?
Yeah.
Can I ask another one?
You can ask another one, yeah.
How can I get into or out of something? Like, are there any survivors or anything?
Absolutely, you can find this as well. There was 18 people killed, and then Miss Prescott killed herself. That's not included in the memorial, though, as she was the person who murdered those other students. But there was 5 survivors. You look through the names, they don't mean anything. One of them runs a gas station on the way here. That might mean something to you, Adam Daniels, but not really anything helpful for this moment. And then the last name on that list does ring a bell. Jessup Martins.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
Who at the time was an 18-year-old guy.
I really don't like this. He was a survivor, but why is he? How did everything get to this point?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you guys got a file, right? You got like we grabbed stuff. I think because it goes further back, right? It goes back to like 58 or something like that. Like I think that's where we'll find like the origins of whatever the fuck is happening on this island, right?
Maybe.
Okay, so I look over to Ash's like hatch and like I think we can use this to get into like the boarded up old mining office that might have more information.
Yeah, I mean, if we know how this stuff started, that's good. Maybe if we figure out what finished it, right? What makes all of this end? What was if there was a catalyst, what was it? Maybe that's how this stops.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so. I'm too young to die.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Let's go.
Let's be quick and discreet while we make our way over there. The quicker we get there, the better.
Do you guys want to move fast or be quiet?
I want to move fast more than I want to be quiet.
Okay, roll move for me, Ash.
Oh dear.
So I'm taking -1 because I'm upset, and then it's body 5, move 3, so that would be 8, except it would actually be 7, so none of those are 6s.
Oh no!
Would you like to push or check a scar or anything?
Yeah. I'm going to check my shame, which is I don't think I truly matter to anyone around me. As I'm trying to encourage people to get there, my thought is no matter what happens here, I'm going to get my fellow counselors to safety. That's big. That's important. I'm going to make it happen.
Okay. And you're only checking the shame? One success?
Yes.
You are more concerned with everyone else getting there, and you are a second. You're an afterthought, Ash. The three of you, Zoe, Callie, Elise, run across the gravel. It is just across like the gravel clearing over to that boarded up building. You can just see it. It's just maybe 50 feet down this gravel road. And as you, Ash, run alongside them or a bit behind them, making sure that they are getting there, that everything is clear, and you're just compelling them to go, you look to your left and you see almost charging at you out of the woods is a flannel-wearing, semi-decapitated man, and he just runs up and will grab you around the throat and just fully pick you up.
Okay.
What conditions do you have already checked?
I just have upset.
Okay. You can check whichever one you think is satisfactory here.
I guess I'll take injured. I'm assuming I will be injured here.
Throat.
Yeah.
Yes. So you all hear this behind you as like Ash lets out like this gloved hand reaches around your throat. You might let out like a he picks you up so that your feet are like the tips of your feet are just dragging against the ground, and he's walking you over to that sawmill. What are the rest of you doing right now?
Does it appear that Ash has dropped her like hatchet or axe, whatever it is?
Ash, did you drop it?
I think that I'm trying to grip onto it. I don't know if I succeed at that.
Okay.
I think I would be trying to.
Make a body roll.
Okay. Just straight body?
Just straight body.
Okay, that's 5 minus 2 actually now because of the...
Oh, fuck.
Okay, that's 3 dice. And none of them succeed,
Okay.
but let's say... okay, how about this? One of my scars is that I tried to get a skull tattoo just homemade from one of my friends. And then my mom came in, like she was around, was like, oh no,
Yes.
you're not doing this. Stopped
Yes.
me partway through. I know that I was attacked on the like shoulder before. So maybe I do this thing, like I'm freaking out, I'm panicking. I've got my hatchet in one hand. What I do to like let myself, like give myself a moment of an edge up, there's probably some blood there. I reach toward my like fucked up shoulder with one hand, and I just try to spray some of that blood in this thing's eyes. And I'm able to like, it like fumbles for a second, which I'm able to use to like steady myself a little as I'm still in this thing's grip.
You like spray blood at it, and it, like they just a decapitated neck in front of you. But and then you might even like press against it or something.
It's fully
Just-
decapitated now. Okay.
It's like the head's like on the other side on the back, so
Okay.
it's definitely not looking. But nonetheless, yeah, you can do this, like even just like grabbing where you are already injured and where already there's like this bad scar that might hurt. The lingering, like pressing on it gives you a little bit of adrenaline. You hold on to that hatchet in your hand and are like pressing and maybe even kicking now, slowing Jessup's process as he continues dragging you towards the sawmill. What are the rest of you doing?
I am-
Zoe, do you want to try to shoot?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to shoot. I'm shooting at the arm. Like, I'm not shooting at the hand because the hand is on Ash, but I'm shooting at like the forearm, if that makes sense. Just a...
You can try. You can,
I can try.
damn well try.
I can damn well try. Damn
Make
it.
a force roll and add 1, which I think it comes out in the wash because you have injured.
I do have injured. Okay, that's 2.
The arrow lands. It hits him right in the shoulder blade. And he stutters for 1 second and falls forwards. And Ash, you are brought to the ground, trapped under this very heavy man. And he's just bleeding all over you. He seems currently very incapacitated, though. Ash,
Can
right in front of
I,
you. Yeah, what are you doing?
Like, hack to get myself out of, like, under here, like,
Absolutely,
through this
that's
flesh?
not even a roll. This massive
Okay.
man's body is fallen forwards onto you, Ash, pinning you to the ground. You, with your hatchet in your hand, hack at him. Hack! Cut at his body, at his flesh. Blood sprays onto you and your friends around as they try to pull him off of you, and you can get back up onto your 2 feet. Your neck feels fucking crushed almost,
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna run over to Ash and sort of like help her up and like give her support.
I'm going to grab, just because this is the opportunity to do it, I'm going to grab the hatchet from her. I'm taking off both the arms, both the legs, both the feet. I mean,
You're grabbing
sorry.
the hatchet from Ash. You don't want to grab the axe from Jessup that's on the ground.
Oh, I'm done.
He does not have a.
You said he was running.
grasp
You
on
said
it.
he was grabbing. I thought he didn't have the axe. Okay, I'm grabbing that. I'm taking off both hands and feet.
You run over to Jessup. You grab this axe as his like twitching hand reaches for it, and he's lying stomach down on the ground on the gravel.
And staring up at
You
you.
raise this splitting axe that he was carrying. We see the blade shine now in the moonlight as you hold it high above your head, Zoe, and you swing it down with as much force as you can muster. His arm flops off, blood sprays onto the gravel, and
Gross.
spills out of this man. His face contorts as if he's trying to yell in agony. Once more, you cut his other arm off, his 2 legs, his overalls ripped and bloody, his flannel disgusting and covered in blood, and his body is still writhing. It seems every part of his body is still moving in unison, even if you've disconnected them, though he cannot get up off of the ground. You see his like face. It's as if he's like trying to yell at you with his mouth, but there is no air that passes through, and he cannot make sounds.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Ugh.
Can you walk? Can you walk? Can you move?
I can walk. Let's go.
All right,
Let's go.
Let's go.
You all run over to this boarded up mining office off in the woods, but still with a bit of a gravel path to it. There's a set of stairs that go up to the front door. How are you getting through these boards?
I have a hatchet, so
You have a hatchet. Do you want to do that?
yeah. I'm
Okay.
like shaking and pissed and injured at this point. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm just seeing red on all sides, and I'm just fucking hacking at these boards.
Roll force.
Okay, what is force? That I have 1 to
Body.
force, and then 5 to body, and then -2, so
Yeah.
6 minus. Okay, I'm rolling 4 dice for this.
Okay, wonderful. As the rest of you like stand behind her on the stairs and watch Jessup's like writhing body over there.
1-6.
1-6. You chop and chop and chop. That just seeing absolute red. And like the other 2 standing there, you guys can pull the boards off as well and just like get in that door. And then Zoe, I assume last through, you can rush through and slam it behind you. Still holding the axe with the arrow or with the bow draped over your shoulder.
Yep.
You guys are in an old mining office. There's desks and filing cabinets. It is dated. It looks like shit from the 50s. There's also a set of stairs that go down below into a basement of some sort. You're not certain. What do you guys want to be doing in here quickly? There's no windows as well, to be clear about this.
Okay. In that case, I am standing closer to the steps down to the basement, not going
Okay,
down,
perfect.
but if something starts to come up,
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot it.
You walk over. Are you going to put the axe down?
Is there a way for me to like carry the axe with me, like on my back
You
or
can
some
either
shit?
use the axe. If you want to use the arrow at all, bow and arrow at all, you need to drop the axe.
I'm setting it on the wall next to me then.
And you can have the bow in your hand and arrow at the ready. You look down and it's just dark down there. You can't see anything. The lights aren't on in here. It might not even be connected to like the generators. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna see if I can move a filing cabinet in front of the door.
Roll force. Or just roll body for me, please.
Actually, it's an automatic failure because I
No,
have
you minimum roll. You can minimum roll 1 die.
minimum roll 1.
Yep.
Okay,
You can't be forced to roll 0.
not enough.
No?
Nope, no dice.
Okay. You see Elise over at one of these heavy filing cabinets trying to wrestle with it, but she can barely get it moved, and she's just like,
Here, let me help.
Ash, you can help. Roll another one as
Okay, that's actually a success.
wonderful.
6.
You and Ash manage to not pull it over, but definitely tip it over in front of the door. And the thing's like 200 something pounds, so it would be really fucking hard to get through.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for checking up on me back there. I guess you're all right.
I mean, you nearly died.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this.
Can I just like quickly look at the status of this boarded up office? Like I guess like what's left on the desk or anything? Like was it like an abrupt closure?
You walk over to the desks. It looks incredibly abrupt. There's papers scattered on the desks, dust covered, almost 40 years of grime on them, and there's blood splatter like on the floor at places. On the desks itself. The desks are metal, like just steel, and you see like one of them on like the corner of it just looks like something. It looks like something got cracked, like an egg of blood got cracked on this thing. Someone's head, maybe.
Okay.
Are there any records here in the sense of like, I know a lot of those mines used to have boards up with work shifts, things like that. Is there anything that can be read or discerned? That sort of information?
There's absolutely like the clocking in. Like the shift board where they actually use their like punch cards. What specifically are you looking for?
I mean, I don't know exactly what clue would point to this, but the main thing I'm looking for is any catalyst here that is out of the ordinary or that might have ended some sort of conflict. Like maybe something that can point to what was the very last thing that happened here.
Okay. You can roll for me either. Empathize makes no sense. You can roll either comprehend or investigate.
Can I also check the list of the workers that day?
It seems most like there's like 30 some workers at the camp. 15 of them were clocked in still, and the other 15 were not clocked in. No, none of the names stick out to you whatsoever.
Okay, this is gonna be 1 die for me because of my -2.
Roll 1 die.
Not a 6.
Okay. You don't find anything to really fucking help you at all. You rustle through a bunch of papers. You look through a bunch of stuff on this desk. It's falling apart or it's just like covered in dust. It's old. It's moldy even. It's just work orders and like basic correspondence bullshit.
Okay.
Nothing useful for you.
So we're gonna go down there?
Yeah, I think that's the only other place where there would be more like files and everything, right?
I mean, what other choice do we have? Go back out there?
Yeah, no, fuck no. The good news is that guy it doesn't have a weapon, and the other thing was coming up from the trees, so maybe it can't follow us in here, or if it does, we outnumber it. We got a shot.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
Yeah,
I put my bow back around, like I'm not using the bow and arrow anymore, and I pick up the axe again.
Zoe, you thump, 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 slowly descend into the basement. It's cold and dusty down here. You take a deep breath in, and the air smells stale and old. You can smell just the smallest hint of moisture from beyond your sphere of vision, but it's pitch black down here. You guys can't see anything unless you get a light.
Okay.
Are there like
Oil lanterns, that kind of stuff?
You can, if you want to spend some time fumbling around in the dark, you guys will have to spend time to find this stuff, okay? I'm going to be very clear about that. So either you can try to proceed just in the dark and try to hope that you're lucky, or you can spend like the next 3 minutes fumbling around.
We don't really have time on our side right now.
I'm willing to
Zoe's
fumble.
like just kind of like Zoe's kind of fumbling, like looking for like the feel of like the handle of like a filing cabinet, looking for papers just in the dark.
Okay. Do investigate.
While they're
You guys
searching
spend-
for that, I'm going to see if I can find like a light source of any kind.
I mean, everyone's looking for a light source.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can aid. So I gave +1 to your roll,
Oh,
Zoe.
yeah, I'll aid.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. I imagine we're all looking for something
Yes.
to light the place up
Yep.
right now.
Yep.
I got 1 6.
Ooh.
Okay, you fumble around and you all hear a loud smash as Zoe, you do come into contact with a lamp of sorts, and then your hand goes back to where you knocked it off of the shelf, and there's luckily like 2 or 3 other ones that you can grab.
Oh, fuck.
You rolled investigate. You can ask me 2 of the following questions. What is hidden here and where is it? What does it mean? What has happened here? How can I get into/out of/past something? What threats can I perceive here? Or where is it? Where is it? You found the lamp.
Yeah.
You can also use where is it to find some matches easily. I'll just give that to you on the same one. They're on the same shelf. They're old. It takes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches to even light. And then you can fuck with the lamp, fiddle with it until you get the right amount of oil. And then 8 ignites. You all find yourself in a stone-walled basement. The light is jarring all of a sudden. It's bright. You can drop the shade down on the lamp. You see on the northern side of this room, there is a tunnel that goes somewhere down below. It looks to be connected to a mine of sorts. There's like the wooden support struts sitting there and just darkness beyond it.
You said I could ask 2 questions, is that right?
You can ask one other one, yeah,
Oh, okay.
because it gave you where is it.
Well, we just got that one done. Looking in the room, like we don't see any like there's no like other like files or papers just
No, not
strewn
down
about.
here.
Okay.
This is like you see like people's lockers where they have like overalls and old mining helmets hung up. Maybe some like boots, but again, that would be all like the leather is like molded and rotted away. You do see with the light a massive splash of old aged blood on the ground. Just a big like someone poured a bucket of it out.
Great.
Okay.
And there's no bodies.
There's no bodies.
My thought process is, how can I get into, out of, past something? The whirlpool pool that's outside, this mine shaft might go underneath that. There might be an opening on the would there be another, like, do we know?
Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, like, do we know of like another like another like office or something where like they connected up together like over the years, like being
The
set
miners all always came over on boats. This never connected to the other side.
Okay.
Any tunnels that go out from here go out from here and might come up other places on this island, but that's it.
I mean, if I feel like with the flying thing up there and murderers lurking about, if there's like a way to get to another part of the island through down here, it's probably safer. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I agree.
Maybe
with
we
you
can
on that,
trap
yeah.
it.
If we haven't found any information around in here, then we might find we may find our answers down in the tunnel.
Yeah, and this thing flies. So if we're down here, it's at a disadvantage, right?
It would have to be, I would think.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ash is kind of fiddling with her hands, and she says,
Yeah.
I got kind of fucked up back there, and I don't want anything to happen to me or to any of us, but I need you guys all to promise me something.
Okay.
If that thing grabs me again, if I can't fight it, don't come back for me. I want you guys to run, okay?
Okay.
Good.
Are you sure?
I can't believe after all this, you're still the same selfish brat I thought you were.
Selfish? I'm telling you to run so that you can live. What the fuck are you talking
But
about,
you're
Elise?
our friend. Why would I leave you behind?
Because I'm dying, okay? Look, and Ash puts her hand on her forehead and she exhales and she goes, I used to be so scared of everybody liking me all the time, and I still am. And 2 years ago, I made a deal. I made a pact with something so that I would always be popular in school, so that everybody would like me. And the deal was that was all I would have. High school was all I could have. And at the end of the summer, I'm done. That's how it goes. This is my last summer. There's no saving me. I don't want to die here. I want to make the most of this. But if I do, it's me. It's me, okay? It's not any of you. So, yeah, that's that.
So that's why.
Yes, that's why. All right, come on. There's probably more to see back here, and she just is sort of mumbling to herself as she just heads in the other direction.
I think at this point, like, seeing Ash, like, all fumble and sort of, like, trip over herself.
Flustered,
and like,
yeah.
I think Elise is just going to put down, like, her hammer and everything and just hug Ash.
I think Ash kind of just stiffens at that just initially, and you can feel in your arms, Elise, that Ash is shaking, and then she grabs onto you just really tight and just hugs you back for a second.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
If we're gonna die trying.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I want us to try to at least survive.
Yeah.
I think that, like, once we find our way somewhere else, because I think that it's gonna find us either way. What if we try and trap it and kill it, you know? Like, it's gonna find us. Might as well have it follow us and we kill it like that, right? Like that's a thing.
Yeah. It'll get fucked up down here. It can't fly. We'll go deep. It'll follow us.
It's worth a
We'll
shot.
attack this thing to bits.
Okay.
Zoe walks over to Ash. I'll keep my promise. That just means I'm not gonna let it grab you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. You're pretty cool.
Thanks.
Let's get going.
And Elise leads the way down this mining tunnel. Zoe, you hold aloft this lantern and cast a light as the four of you descend into the mines. And that's where this chapter ends.